Okay, hey guys. So I got this cool new watercolor workbook to kind of teach you how to do some watercolor basics. There's a whole bunch of these out here online, but I decided on obviously the bird one. Yay! So you can see it's just like kind of 15 individual pages that teach you how to do watercolor for each of these birds. I've been doing drawing and painting my entire life, but with a full-time job and a kid, it is challenging to actually find time to paint and draw still. So I figured this would be a cool way to kind of just get me back into it and do something artistic and creative. So I'm going to try this out today. I haven't actually tried it yet at all. I'll walk through a couple of the pages with you guys. So it looks like it gives you a nice kind of tutorial of watercolor overall, which is pretty cool here in the first couple pages. So, just doing the outline, a flat wash of color, and then you start building in some of the shading and blending. It gives you the basic tools and just the steps on how to kind of do it. So obviously it's not super complicated. It provides you with a palette here. Get this piece off. Go. Pretty good number of colors, and it comes with 2 sizes of brushes. Oops. There we go. Oh, they're still kind of hard. All right. So the only thing you have to provide, of course, is just your cup of water to get yourself started. And I have some paper towels too, because I believe can get pretty messy. Surprisingly, I have actually really never done watercolor, aside from perhaps when I was a kid. So this is all new to me. I'm usually either acrylic or oil, so we will see. I will learn as we go. So it gives you some interesting tidbits here on color theory and such too, which is awesome. And just looking through, there's a bunch of different birds here. I won't go through all the pages. If you find this interesting, grab one yourself and try it out. But I'm going to go ahead and get started with the first one here to see what this is like. This is the snowy-browed flycatcher. To be perfectly honest, I have never heard of it in my life. It's probably a bird that's not around here. But I'll probably look it up after this and see where it's actually at. Okay, so it looks like it gives us the color palette. I'm finding it a little hard maybe to tell exactly what colors to use. I'm thinking blue, this teal, the green here, maybe a mustard yellow for that, like a cream, a lighter brown, and then the darker brown is probably what I'm going to try for. But let's look at the instructions and see if it gives any more information. So use light yellow for flat coating the abdomen, green for blending the edges, and light blue for flat coating the head and back. All right, well, let's start with the first part here. Use light yellow for flat coating the abdomen. So flat coating to me means I'm gonna just color the entire abdomen yellow. I'm gonna go ahead and use, I'll show you what I'm using. I think I'm gonna use this mustard yellow. A little hard to tell exactly which yellow. All right. Let's see how it comes out. Okay, that's way too light. I'm gonna get some more water. Okay, that's better. Probably not quite the yellow we're looking for, but that's all right. This is my practice round. All right, flat wash. Okay. And then I'm just gonna clean up the brush and go to the green. Green for blending the edges. Okay. I'm gonna go for just the normal green here, not the teal yet. Ooh, that's really dark, really bright. I don't know. So I'm used to using my fingers with like any of the painting and drawing that I do for blending. I'm seeing it's not working out as well with the watercolor though. It's okay. It's not terrible. It's not terrible. Okay. All right, I'm gonna stick with that for a sec. And then light blue for flat coating the head and back. All right. I'm thinking this blue, just the normal one. I'm just gonna go with blue over everything and then layer maybe. Because like some of this is black, but I think it's okay just to go over it all. Yeah, a little down there too. Maybe a little more. Okay. Okay. I'm exceptionally bright bird right now. All right, use brown for flat coating the branches. Good. That's easy. I can do that. A little tougher. Maybe I should have switched to the smaller brush actually. The feet, that's okay. So I think one of the great things about watercolor is you can just do things in layers. So if you mess up, you can kind of go over top of it and it's not as big of a deal. Just extend that a little bit. Okay. Let's see, black for flat coating the eye stripes and wing markings. All right. To me, this looks a little dark blue, so I definitely want some of the blue to come through. And I'm just gonna do, it didn't say it, but I'm just gonna do the beak as well. All right, and then down here, I need some more. I'm just kind of making up some texture as we go along, according to like kind of how they've done it. Looks pretty good. Okay. And dark gray for flat coating the claws. All right. Okay, I would highly recommend switching to the smaller brush. I'm just being lazy right now. Not perfect, but that's okay. All right. Use light gray, which I'm assuming I have to mix because there's not really light gray. Use light gray for flat coating the tail feathers. All right, let's work on that. I'm just going to use one of the little divots here. So you could probably get another small palette of your own. I actually have one for acrylic, but I'm just using that to, oh, that's terrible. I'm using that to mix a little bit here. Okay. Light gray, light gray. Well, that isn't terrible. Might make it a tad darker, actually. Ugh, that's too dark. Oh, wait. Okay, it's a little hard to do that one. Deep brown for flat coating the branch shadows. Okay. So personally, I think I use this darker brown the first time around. I think I'm gonna just mix a little black in to make it a deeper brown. Let's see how that works. Well, that's really dark. Okay, so personally that's a little dark for my taste. Let's see if I can adjust that a little. Not too easy to adjust. That's not terrible. Right, so I think it's like a little bit of trial and error. We just kind of have to see what works. That's good enough though, especially for a first try, right? Okay. Dark blue for darkening the back. Okay. So there is actually a dark blue color, so let's see how that turns out instead of mixing anything. All right. Looks like there's some dark blue lining on the picture here. I'm going to kind of blend a little here too. Where else? Be around these. And down here looks a little darker. Okay, now I'm at the point where I'm just making it up as I go. Okay. And then the last set of instructions is literally just light brown for outlining the branch textures. So, okay, now I am going to switch over to this smaller brush here because I think at this point it's just kind of up to me to do details. So I'm going to go ahead and rely on that the rest of the time. Let's see. I'm going to see how white goes over top of things, if it actually is going to show up. I'll just use it on this branch to start. Mm. Okay, so white isn't really showing up necessarily, it's just lightning. So it's something to think about as you're planning. Let's do a couple of the... I'm just going to use it to add a little bit of dimension. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to go back and lighten up the bottom here, the belly. Attempt to. It's not really working. I'm actually going to just really use the white for some blending purposes because it's not really coming through all that well. Right now, I'm really wondering how they did all these really thin white lines. Obviously, they use a small brush when they did the black on the wings. I might try that next time. More use of the small brush. Okay. But I actually kind of like how the white is like layering onto the wing here. It kind of looks nice. And like one thing I would say with this is like you don't have to necessarily match the picture perfectly. You can sort of make it your own a bit more. Take some of the pressure off and get to use more creativity. Okay, I'm gonna try for the eye now. Which I'm seeing as actually like more brown. And I'm gonna try and leave those highlights on the eye totally white. And that's good enough. Well, the only thing I might do with the eye, put a little of this rust color on it. Yeah, see? That's a little nicer. I feel like I'm almost done. Hmm. Just giving a little bit of shadows and such. Okay, when I draw birds like with pencil and such, always the hardest part, it seems to be the feet. So that is also the case here. It's good enough. It's good enough. Okay. The only other thing I might do, and then I'm absolutely going to stop because I have a tendency to keep going until I end up starting to mess it up. All right. I'm going to add a little bit of greenish yellow. Oh, I should have washed that first. Okay, greenish yellow. And then round it off with a little bit of texture up here. Okay, I think that's good enough for a first try. All right, what do we think? It's not bad. It needs to work on some of the details, but I like it. It's fun. It's easy. It's quick. It's a nice way to get me back into something artistic without without diving too deep. um, so yeah, I would recommend trying it. That'll be my bird for tomorrow. Okay. Well, until next time. Bye, guys.